Yo! Alright! Over here! Alright there! Welcome to this next episode of Rvgv, Retro Video Game Virus for Long. Today's episode we're going to be taking a look at the original and fucking amazing Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter 2 The World Warrior debuted in arcades in 1991 and then became an insane fucking hit. Then it was ported to the Super Nintendo, then after that it was ported to pretty much every console fucking imaginable. It's one of the most iconic video games of all time. It would have been impossible to have been a gamer back in the early 90s and not know about Street Fighter 2. I mean, it was fucking everywhere at the time when it came out. There's loads of great retro video games out there, but only a few can hold the titles of being legendary, groundbreaking and pioneering, which Street Fighter 2 can claim to be, because it's just fucking, honestly, it's amazing. Whoever invented this game is fucking genius, because this game is a masterpiece. It's maybe the most single legendary game of all time. Honestly, words can't define just how amazing this game is. It's an absolute classic, it's fucking legendary. This game is the shit. Capcom would have made billions from this game, not just from the arcade versions, but from the amount of insane ports over the years to all the different consoles and all the compilations and collections, and even that Street Fighter Anniversary collection that came out 3 years ago for the Xbox and PlayStation. Yeah, cunt, they would have been fucking yo. But without further ado, let's just get back up the road and get on with it. Street Fighter 2. It was fucking huge when it came out. Took the world by fucking storm. Its impact on pop culture at the time was fucking insane. You had to have been a gamer at the time to know what I mean. Even if you weren't a gamer, you weren't escaping it. It would be rubbed in your pus one way or another. Fucking clothes, colouring books, sticker albums, a fucking crappy animated TV show. I mean, what the fuck? Just look at this shit. International crime fighters. And these shitey action figures that were just painted over G.I. Joes. That tabletop fighting game that I always wanted but I never got, and now I'm glad I didn't, because I reckon I would have fucking had it bust within about a week. And that fucking blasphemous piece of shit movie starring that Belgian cokehead Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guile. Honestly, did the makers of that film deliberately set out to make the biggest piece of shite it could possibly make, and to fuck with everything Street Fighter was and stood for? It was fucking embarrassing. Why can't Hollywood get movie adaptations of video games right? It boggles the mind. There was an anime that came out in this country in 1995 by Manga Entertainment, and it was fucking amazing. It was about Ryu going around the world looking to fight the hardest cunts he can find. It had amazing fight scenes, all the characters are represented as how they should be. Yeah, it was amazing. That's how the film should have been. But no, we got a secondary character in the lead that's American and that's played by a Belgian. I think everyone involved in the making of the Street Fighter movie were out their fucking trees on coke. No, just Van Damme. I mean, just look at this. Look how fucking awesome this is. This one fight scene from this animated film is better than the whole of that fucking piece of shit starring Van Damme. Honestly, how this never got the cinematic release, it fucking, honestly, it puzzles me. But yeah, back to the game. It was a cultural phenomenon when it came out back in 1991. This epic masterpiece was what started the whole one-on-one fighting craze, which continues to this day. It was a defining moment in video game history. Before this came out, fighting games weren't popular at all, but this changed all that. If it wasn't for Street Fighter 2, the fighting games of today probably wouldn't exist. There'd be no Mortal Kombat, Darkstalkers, King of Fighters, and Tekken. Some were awesome in their own rights and became major players in the fighting game genre. But some just failed fucking miserably, like this piece of shite, fucking Shaq Fu. But yeah, I don't think I ever enjoyed a fighting game more than Street Fighter 2 back in the day. This was just fucking unique. But what about the original Street Fighter? Admit it, who wasn't even aware of the first Street Fighter? Let's be honest, Street Fighter 2 was the Street Fighter most folk were introduced to. Most folk weren't even aware there was a Street Fighter 1 until 2 came bursting out of nowhere into pop culture. Look, this is Street Fighter 1. This was out in 1987 and it wasn't good. The well-refined controls that Street Fighter 2 pioneered are non-existent here. To play this, all you can do is wiggle the joystick and bash the buttons and hope for the best. I'm surprised a sequel even got the green light, because this was a fucking failure. I actually had Street Fighter 1 on the Commodore, but thought nothing of it. I never gave two fucks about it. See, look, pretty pish. Doesn't do it justice at all. Doesn't control worth a fuck. To me it was just a shitty rip-off of the game Way of the Exploding Fist. But yeah, that amazing side-scroller beat-em-up Final Fight was originally going to be the sequel, another pioneering game by Capcom that caused countless other rip-offs. If it wasn't for this, there'd be no Streets of Rage series. Fact.
But what about Double Dragon and Renegade? They were out 3 years before.
Fuck off. This game perfected it and set the standard. Look, here's the original advert for it when it previewed at a Japanese arcade show, but they decided to make it its own game because they felt in the end it strayed too far from the core gameplay they wanted, but it would still be set in the same universe with many of the characters being in future Street Fighter games. Awesome. But yeah, Street Fighter 2 was a huge leap from Street Fighter 1. Character sprites were bigger, more colourful, and had much more smoother animation, and is complemented by amazingly detailed hand-drawn backgrounds based on locations from around the world, and were made complete and unforgettable thanks to the awesome catchy theme songs that went with them, all of which were guaranteed to be stuck in your head after playing. Street Fighter 2's music and sound effects sounded and played like no other video game at the time. Every single sound of this game is iconic. This is the game that made me fall in love with the Street Fighter series, and I've been a hardcore follower ever since. I've had every single Street Fighter game that's ever come out, all the editions, right up to Street Fighter 5 Champion Edition. But yeah, the very first time my wee 7-year-old eyes seen the Street Fighter 2 arcade machine was in an indoor market in Kirkcaldy.
Whereabouts in Fife you from? Kirkcaldy. Kirkcaldy. I have to explain this to them now. Basically, Kirkcaldy, the town's pride took a bit of a knock recently when they found out that the people of Ethiopia were holding a rock concert for them.
Alright, here we are in Kirkcaldy, but this behind me is the famous indoor market in Kirkcaldy, and this is where I first laid eyes on Street Fighter 2 way back in 1991, so let's go in and take a look what it's like now. Whoa, the famous indoor market. What else is Kirkcaldy famous for? Linoleum? Fuck all. But this indoor market has been here for years. My gran and grandad used to take me and my bro down to Kirkcaldy High Street sometimes on a Saturday for a change of scene from the shit Eagle and Roughest Town Centre when we were bairns. And they'd let us nip in here because it had a shit hot bit with loads of arcade machines. And it was where I saw Street Fighter 2 one fateful Saturday for the very first time, and it was love at first sight. I never even had a clue about it, as I'm walking to where the arcade machines were. This very same walk I'm doing now, by the way. I could hear an arcade I didn't recognise from before. This is what I could hear. The Hadokens and just the other sound effects from the Street Fighter game stood out from all the other noise coming from the other machines. It was amazing I could even have heard it from way back here. Back then, if you went into any arcade place, you knew there was a Street Fighter machine because you could hear the Hadoken over every other game. And here it was! This is where it was with all the other arcades. This was actually a booth with an entrance, and they were all in here, but they must have done away with it at some point. But the Street Fighter 2 machine was up at the back of that wall. I actually can't mind now if it was at this bit facing out or it was up against this wall, but it was definitely in this area. But listen, I can still hear the Street Fighter 2 machine. Hear it? After I spent about a $5's worth of my grand's money playing it, I had to have it. But I would have had to have waited for well over a year until I finally got it when it was released on the SNES. It felt like fucking forever. This bit around here had more arcades. There was the Turtles arcade, 4 Street Fighter, that was the one I always flocked in here. Fucking loved that arcade. There was also a Robocop arcade. There was loads of others. It breaks my fucking heart to see it like this. And just full of these shitey bandits and puggies. Arcades were huge at one point. They were everywhere. Chippies, pubs, bus stations, lobbies of cinemas. But they fucking died a death. But I also remember it was dead dingy lit in here. As I said, this used to be like a cabin with a roof, and the only light was the glow from the arcades through the cloud of hazy fag smoke. It created ambience, how an arcade should be. Yep, the end of an era.
Stay calm. As I said, after more than a year later, this beauty finally come out on the SNES. As soon as I seen this advert, I made it my mission to get the game, and when I finally got it didn't disappoint. This was an awesome conversion of the arcade game. My wee 9-year-old brain couldn't tell anything different from this version and the arcade version. It seemed identical, and whenever I got the chance to set the Super Nintendo up on our massive 28-inch CRT telly in the living room, it was just like playing the arcade machine, except for free. Aye, looking back now, it's like we were just kidding ourselves, but at that time, especially when I was 9-year-old, it felt real. It was. It felt like the real thing. But you can't deny that this was a shit hot port of the game for a 16-bit machine. It was a billion times better than the Mega Drive version. Listen. Listen to that. He sounds like he smokes about 50 billion fucking fags a day. Fucking cancer throat. But the endless amount of fun I had with the Super Nintendo version, it was heaven. This became more than just a game. This became the way for me and my brother to settle whose turn it was to do the different household chores our mum and dad demanded we do, such as walk the dog, or do the dishes, or nip to our local corner shop to get bread and milk, or if my dad just wanted a paper, one of us had to do it. We never wanted to piss off our dad, or he'd sort us out. This is what we had to put up with.
Shut up, you fucking idiot. All that fucking space in this car park and this cunt can't park his water, look. That was handy. Fucking busy cunt. Fucking Michael Viernes. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking half-wits. Fucking Walmart's out of the car and everything with them. Fucking arseholes.
But my bro kicked my arse at it all the time back then because he was just better at it than me back then. It's because he was older. I had to do the fucking dishes while he had a fucking stupid smug grin on his puss. But I kick your ass at it every time now, though, eh, Mark? Aye, I'm the fucking daddy at Street Fighter now, and you know it. But this SNES version ticked all the right boxes, and it satisfied me until I got to play the real arcade version whenever I got the chance. And it was pretty fucking often. I mean, the arcade was everywhere when it come out. It was in every amusements I frequented, it was in every chip shop, kebab house, cinemas, the local bowling alley, the lobby of my local sports centre and ice rink. Whenever I travelled abroad it was at every airport. Even one of our local greasy spooned cafes had it, and the majority of them were the dodgy Rainbow Edition ones. It was usually any Turkish kebab house or takeaways that had them. I mean, look at this shit. You can fire multiple fireballs and then you can fucking control them. And your dirty, rotten, cheating bastard, a fucking opponent can change characters at will. I can remember playing this way back then, and then years later, I didn't know if this even existed or if it was just some mad mental dream I had where I played a Street Fighter 2 arcade game where you can fire multiple fireballs and control them and your opponents can randomly change characters. But yeah, it did exist. It wasn't until years later when fucking YouTube come about and then I seen the video footage, so I wasn't going insane at that age. But I reckon I was on the spectrum in some way. But even if I got shit hot at the SNES version, it didn't matter a fuck, because I always got my ass kicked by the arcade version. It was just harder. I reckon the difficulty was at its hardest to guzzle gimps like me's money, but it was fucking worth it. But yeah. Oh, I have so many great childhood memories playing Street Fighter, and not just me. I bet you there's millions of old school gamers out there that loved and adored this game just as much as me when it first came out, and are still die-hard Street Fighter fans that follow the series all these years right up to the latest release of Street Fighter 5 Champion Edition. I bet if I was to take to the streets and stop random people and ask them if they played and loved Street Fighter 2 back in the day and still play it, and have followed the series over the years right up to the latest game, they'd all be like, fuck aye. Do you remember Street Fighter 2?
I do, aye.
Did you ever play it?
Not really, no. I'm not really into computer games.
Nah, but do you remember it though, when it came out, how big it was? How much a cultural impact it was?
Yeah,
But you never played it yourself, nah?
not really, no.
Nah. Did you ever play Street Fighter 2?
I've never played Street Fighter.
Never played it? Nah, no any memories of it at all, never?
No.
Do you remember it though when it came out?
Oh,
Like, what's your memories of it?
I've seen on YouTube, but that's about it.
Did you ever play Street Fighter 2?
Eh?
Did you ever play Street Fighter 2? No. Nah. Street Fighter 2, did you ever play it?
No.
Did you play Street Fighter 2?
I did not know, I must say. I've never played it, sorry.
Did you ever used to play Street Fighter?
Yeah.
It's like,
I remember playing Street Fighter on the Sega and then on the early, I think it was on the PlayStation.
like, what was your earliest memories? Like, when did you first ever see it and made you want to have it? Or was you a fan of Street Fighter? Did you?
My older brothers had it first and then I just kept it still shots and then I got my own eventually.
What did you have it on?
Pretty sure it was the Sega Mega Drive originally.
Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition.
I can't remember what it was called. The only bit I can even remember about it is you go along and then you fight the first bosses, which is the dudes with the Rvgv.
The Boxer, the Claw and Sagat and then Bison.
Yeah, it's been so long I don't remember much.
That's your feet? No, okay, no problem. Street Fighter 2, did you ever play it?
No.
You never?
Well, I'm not playing computer games since I was a kid.
What did you have?
You did play Nintendo or the Spectrums.
Street Fighter 2, did you ever play it?
Oh, I know about Street Fighter, and I've played Street Fighter in the past, but honestly, there's so many Street Fighter games I don't really know very much about it anyway. So, you know, I'm unfortunately not the right person to ask about that.
But can you remember when the Street Fighter 2 came out back in 1991? Do you remember?
I was 4 years old. You know what I mean?
Oh, you were 4. What's your earliest memories of it?
Spamming buttons to keep someone in the corner for at least, and obviously Hadouken,
Tatsumaki Senpaiuku, yeah. What else can you tell me about it? Like, what was your memories of it when it first came out?
begging my parents for it to get it. When I did finally get it, festering in my room for at least a good few months.
What can you tell me about Street Fighter?
Oh, Street Fighter. Well, obviously what you've got is you've got two characters. You can play a range of characters. And obviously select the character, you know, I mean, the character slides on the screen, you know, and obviously this is from what I remember of Street Fighter. The character slides on the screen, and it's a case of, right, I'm in 3, 2, 1, fight, you know what I mean, and then obviously you have a lot of punching, you know what I mean, by pressing all the buttons on your control. But it's been a long time since I've played Street Fighter, so, you know, I'm maybe not the best person to ask.
Like, who was your favourite character? Who did you go all the time?
Green dude.
Blanca?
Yeah, jumped on his hands, kicked.
Yeah. Press the punch button fast as he emanates electricity.
Yeah.
Did you not play Street Fighter 2 when it came out?
I played it a wee bit. That was way back in the 90s.
Yeah. Can you remember what your earliest memories of it? And can you remember like how big it was, how much a cultural impact it was when it first came out?
I really can't go because my big brother really owned the game at the time.
Yeah.
But I had a couple of tricks here and there. It wasn't my sort of thing, to be honest.
Alright.
I was never really been good at the fighting games. So.
You still play Street Fighter games?
No, I moved on. Like, now I'm into basically any kind of FPS.
Remember who your favourite character was?
No, not really.
You remember
Probably the green dude.
Blanca.
On the bridge.
That's what I love. See, the last 2 people we've spoke to, that's what we've said. Blanca was
cool.
Yeah, he was the most memorable. Unique. He actually looked like he would fit in a Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
Because he didn't look like he'd be he was actually a mutant.
He didn't look like he was in a street fighting tournament.
Yeah. If you read his backstory, he was a guy who got mutated in a plane crash when he got struck by lightning, and he crashed in the Amazon jungle, and then he fell in water with electric eels, and that's what gave him the... Yeah, it's mental.
Sounds like some outrageous Marvel or DC.
Yeah, some origins, like Peter Parker getting bit by a radioactive spider. But you never felt like playing like Street Fighter 4 or 5, the latest one? No, never enticed you to want to keep playing it.
It kind of... I think it had its moment.
Do you remember like who you went on Street Fighter? Just who?
Blanca.
You're the 4th person that said that Blanca was their favourite character.
It was just the way
He was unique looking. The rest were all sort of like grounded in reality.
My big brother went Ryu, his pals went Ken.
Yeah.
Some went Gale, and I was just like, Blanca looks cool.
I think the developers of Capcom must have been using coke. And when they were coming up for character ideas, they thought, right, we need this new unique guy from Brazil, or And he had too much ching that night, and for fuck it, he got struck by lightning and the plane crashed and he fell in a river with electric eels, and right, okay. Ken, the rest are all sort of grounded in reality. You've got Ryu, who's a karate man. His training partner, Ken. Chun-Li, who does kung fu. Dao Sum's yoga, but he can... what am I talking about? He's fucking far out there too.
Noticeable, it's good.
Yeah.
It was always annoying to them when you shocked them in the corner.
Yeah, you spam that punch button and he just gives off the
That was the
electricity.
only way I could win, is spam them in the corner.
Right.
Did you say hi there?
Can I ask you a few questions?
I hope you didn't say hi there.
I said, a few questions. Can I ask you a few questions?
You can ask me a question.
Right here. Did you ever play Street Fighter 2?
I don't play any computer games at all.
Did you ever? Alright.
Never.
Can you remember when it come out? Like, anything about
I
it
don't know
at all?
anything about
Nah.
computer games.
Nah, right,
Zero knowledge.
zero knowledge.
Apart from about 20 years ago, I played Crash Bandicoot with with my nephews, that's it.
That's...
No other.
okay, that's that then.
Fucking pish. I'm shocked and amazed at that survey. I thought everyone in their dug nose off has played Street Fighter 2. One of the problems I found was trying to judge someone's age. Ken, we were there around about my age, so if he would have been there when Street Fighter 2 first came out and would have played it. There was one guy I stopped, he looked my age, but when I asked him about Street Fighter 2, he didn't even have a clue what I was on about. I asked him, what's your age? He was only 23. He was born in 1998, 7 years after Street Fighter 2 was even fucking out. I don't know if he's had a hard paper round or smokes about 70 fags a day, but whatever he's doing, he's not going to see 40. But I was shocked that he hadn't even heard of Street Fighter 2. I asked him what games you play. Then he said, I just play FIFA and Call of Duty. That summed him up for me. I wasn't surprised, but I was majorly surprised he hadn't even heard of Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter 2 is still in pop culture. There's still Street Fighter 2 merchandise that you can buy, from models, toys, artwork and posters, hats, clothes. This t-shirt I'm wearing now, this one, check it. I got this from Primark in Princess Street. I just went in to have a nose and there was 2 Street Fighter 2 t-shirts, so I had to get this one. It's cool as fuck. But fuck it, let's get on with some gameplay. Right, here we go. This intro would cause a shitstorm nowadays. A fucking white guy laying at a black guy. I'm surprised the social justice warriors haven't kicked up shit about this. Or I've still to get to this. There's still time. That's the difference in attitudes from back then and now. Now it would be offensive because it's a white guy laying at a black guy, but back then it would have been a think of the children type offence mentality. But fuck all that. If you haven't noticed, this is one of my favourite arcade games of all time. I love everything about it. The music is awesome, the characters are iconic, and the gameplay is just amazing. I get instant goosebumps whenever I see this intro and hear the music. So, character select screen. As you can see, it has a cast of 8 unique fighters to choose from, each with a unique fighting style, special moves, voice and personality. After a player defeats all 8 of the main fighters, 4 boss characters appear, which are Balrog, Vega, Sagat and M. Bison. After you defeat the big boss man M. Bison, you get to see your character's personal special ending with a flimsy storyline explaining why your character is wanting to fight all cunt. But I'm gonna go my personal favourite, Ryu, or Ryu, however you want to pronounce it. He is the face of Street Fighter and undeniably one of the most emblematic characters in video game history. I love him to bits. Right, I'm fighting the electric spurting green dude, Blanca. Well come on then, you cunt. Let's have it. Hadouken! Take that, you bastard. Well, that was pretty easy. You win. Fucking right I won. Round 2. Come on in! Oofed. Throwed. Throwed again. Come on, you can't. Oh, cheeky bastard. Fuck you. Bang. Take that. Hadouken! And that was that. Yeah. Normally the very first guy you fight's always easiest. But as it starts getting into like the 5th fight, you're in a world of hurt. You better know how to fucking play Street Fighter. I'm fighting Jean-Claude Van Damme now. Listen to his stage music. That's iconic. The composer of this game made the music to represent the stage, not the characters. But every stage music now represents the characters. Everybody now hears this theme and will instantly think of Guile. Same with all the other characters. It's become their personal themes. You could probably go to the deepest parts of some uncharted jungle and discover some indigenous primitive tribe that's never had contact from the outside world and play Ryu's theme for them, and they'll probably start mimicking Hadoukens. There's the master race in the background. Eddie Honda, the sumo. He's actually in good shape for a fat bastard. Look at the muscle. He's not got man tits, he's got fucking pecs. You've seen Sumos in real life, they're flabby as fuck. But see that red sun mural on the wall in the background? That's now been removed from Street Fighter 2 re-releases, apparently because it was the flag of the Imperial Japanese Army and Navy, and therefore a symbol of imperialism. Who gives it a fucking toss? I mean, where's it gonna end? Are we gonna ban Union Jacks from every game? Honestly. The bonus smash the car up stage. Ken, I've always wanted to do this. I'd love to know if in real life you really could smash a car up like that with your bare fists and feet. I'm gonna find it.
You lose.
Nah, no chance. I done minimum damage. No fucking way could you do that with your bare fists and feet. Oh, but what a laugh that was. That was great. That was stress relieving as fuck. But anyway, moving on. This is Ken, Ryu's best mate, training partner and rival. Yeah, every now and again we'll meet up and fight each other to see who truly is the better fighter. Imagine being like that with your best pal. Every time you meet, you have a fight just to remind each other who's fucking harder. But in this original Street Fighter 2 game, they are pretty much identical in playability. It's not till later games they'd get their own trademarks, such as Ryu's fireballs are more stronger, but Ken's dragon punch is stronger. Shit like that. The big dumb Russian Zangief. When I was away, I thought the red marks all over his body were tattoos, but they're actually scars from wrestling bears. Any cunt in real life that wrestles bears for fun would be the hardest cunt ever. I don't care if your name is Muhammad, I'm Hard, Bruce Lee. If you ever try to fight this cunt, he would just fucking grab you and fucking pile drive your fucking skull into the pavement. End off. But in this game he's a big dumb lump. He's actually so easy to beat. Look, this is all you need to do. Just keep jumping up and down and kicking him. And that's it. That's all it takes. He's thick as shit. Look, I'll show you again. I'll get a perfect. Watch. See? That's all you need to do. Just get the rhythm going and judge it. Time it. And that's that. Easy as. Ah, Chun-Li. If you notice her clothes are orange here, it's cause her iconic blue clothes was originally going to be orange. They changed it to blue at the last minute for some reason. A bit of googling will rectify this query, but she's a major fan favourite of the Street Fighter series. Oh, you hear that? I love the impact sound when you Hadouken or punch or kick a cunt. It's so satisfying. I just love the sound effects and graphics of this game. Oofed, right up her gooch. Oh fuck off, she should be dead. Aye, take that. How stereotypical is this stage? In fact, how stereotypical is each stage and country in this game? They are so over the top. I miss the good old days where politics were non-existent in entertainment and video games. If this come out today, this would be cancelled today for being too, air quote, racist because of the stereotypical stages and characters. Look at the guy in the background. He's literally choking his chicken. Right, I think it's about time I take a look in my local game store. There'll be fuck all in here retro, but I just want to have a laugh at the prices of the games. Game is meant to be the official specialist in games and consoles, but if you go to Asda, Argos, or even on Amazon, you can get games for about 10 quid cheaper than they are in here. Anyway, what we got? Ah, I forgot the deal on mobiles. Fuck mobiles. If I wanted a mobile, I'd go to a mobile shop. Moving on. What, don't mind me. I'll wait till she fucks off. Come on. Controller holders. I actually like them. They're actually pretty cool. I'd want a Sonic one. I've got that yellow Sonic one, but I want the blue one. What else have we got here? Fucking toys. Sonic. PlayStation hats. Cool stickers. Blah blah. PlayStation bit. We've got PlayStation coasters. That's a cool PlayStation symbol light. I'll get that one day. Pre-owned PlayStation games. I don't know why there's loads of games in the white featureless cases. What's happened to the actual cases? Fuck knows. Yeah, this is a PlayStation aisle. You can see just PlayStation games. Let's go around here. This is a cool aisle. Check these out. Ducks. These are these wee cool game themed rubber duckies. There's cool Resident Evil ones. I've been meaning to get some for a while, but yeah, I'll get some soon. What have we got here? Lego. Nah. Moving on. This is the Nintendo Switch aisle. If there's any part of the shop that has the most stupid, batshit insane pricing for games, it's this bit. I'll fucking show yous. Look, I'd love to buy and build up my games collection for the Switch, but it's just too fucking dear. There's games I've wanted for the Switch that is $49.99, but it's on the Xbox and PlayStation for $14.99. Skyrim's a perfect example. It's still going for $49.99 on the Switch, and it's only $14.99 on the Xbox and PlayStation. I'd love to have it for my Switch to be able to play when I'm on the go or taking a shit, but I'm no fucking paying that price. I've seen it pre-owned just 2 quid cheaper. Fucking 2 quid cheaper at $47.99. What the fuck? That reduction still won't entice me to get it. It's fucked up. Coming up with that fucking logic. Lowering prices of games. It sums game up. See look, this come out back in October 2019, right? And for example, Doom Eternal come out in March 2020 and I paid $54.99 for it. Right now, you can buy that brand new from here for only $14.99 and this pre-owned is still $32.99. Fucking hell. Look, I don't know if game is Nintendo's bitches and still make them sell Switch games for fucking idiotic prices, but fuck it, let's move on. Round here, this is the Xbox aisle, but yeah, just Xbox games. Oofed, that's the first in fucking years I've seen GTA 5 at that price brand new. Last time I can mind it was $24.99 for someone's fusty, dick cheesed and coffee ring stained covered pre-owned copy. Huh, ugh well. But yeah, This is the Xbox aisle. Just a long row of no bad priced pre-owned Xbox games. In fact, you want to know the one thing that pisses me off about game now? Can you mind years ago if you bought a brand new game and didn't like it, you could have took it back and exchanged it for another game at the same price as long as it was within the 14 days I think. That was great, but we've done away with that. If you get a game, even if it's brand new, and even just come out on the day you bought it, and take it home and play it and it's shite and you take it back the next day, you only get the trading price, which will be about fucking 11p, all cause you've unwrapped that plastic seal. If that was intact, you'd get a full price exchange. But how you meant to ken if it'll be shite or no without being able to play it? It's like they clocked onto gamers buying games, quickly finishing it before the 14 days and then exchanging it for a different game. That's what I used to do. Fuck 'em. But yeah, this is a cool wee bit. Mugs, figures, books. Some Resident Evil mugs there. Whoa, I'll be back for them later. Let's go around the other side, see what else there is. Fucking Funko Pops. Fuck's that Chewie thing? Star Wars, fuck knows. More plushes. I've got that Resident Evil liquor one. It's in this cabinet. That's cool. PlayStation symbols. Ghostbusters, that's cool. I've got that Resident Evil umbrella light. Other cool Transformers. Guys, I'd love to be fucking 5 again. So fucked. I'd happily play with them now. More mugs and books and... Oh, the plushes are cool. 20% off. You see, I'd buy some of them to have in my gaming room. Just along the back of my couch. Don't look cool? Fuck it, I'm gonna start making my way at the shop now. Wait now. Fuck's sake, look. Resident Evil Village. $49.99 brand new and $44.99 fucking pre-owned. Fuck's sake. I've just realised I've been shopping in this very store for over 20 years when it was first on electronic boutiques. Fucking Star Wars. Since when did Game fucking start selling Star Wars stuff? But can you remember before it was Game, it was called Electronic Boutique back in the late 90s. Oh ho! Fallout 76. Now $7.99 brand new. Still far too dear. They've got a hard fucking neck. They should be fuck all. In fact, it should be erased from fucking existence. Face it, Bethesda fucked up. It's a broke game. There's Doom Eternal I was telling you about at $14.99. Fucking bastards. I paid $54.99 for it when it first came out. Fuck. I hate when that happens. But anyway, I never actually buy games from here anymore. All I buy out of here is the cool gaming merchandise like t-shirts, figures, plushes and cool gadgets. But every time I'm down here I can't no come in and have a look around the shop. I'm like a junkie to a bag of smack. I need my game fix. The staff don't ever even bother coming up to me and asking if I need assistance. I think when they see me they're just like, that guy's in again. And prob bitch that I never buy any games. Well, I would buy fucking Switch games if he didn't charge 50 billion fucking quid for one. Game! Get it fucking sorted! Ah, the Yoga Master Dalsim. I'll admit, whenever I think of Street Fighter 2, this stage is the one that always pops into my head. The music, the screaming elephants, but Dalsim had the bad rep of being the shittest character in the game. If back then you got beat by him, then you'd get the piss ripped out of you. But I don't think he is that shit. I just think it's cause the way the game's programmed, he's mostly always the first guy you fight. So, yeah, he's gonna be easy. I can't mind if it was the same for the arcade, but on the SNES he's always the first guy you fight. Well, you did when you went Ryu anyway. It couldn't have just been me. But between him and Blanca, they shouldn't even be in this fucking game. They'd be more suited into fucking, I don't know, something like X-Men or something. You'd have a name something like Dr. Stretchy Fucker or something. Mike Tyson. He's the first of the 4 bosses you need to fight. His original name was M. Bison, but they changed it to Balrog to avoid legal action because I think it was too close to home with Mike Tyson's Punch-Out that was out for the NES or some shit like that. Here's a drinking challenge. Take a shot every time Ryu says Hadouken. You'll be burst. But yeah, ken what I think's funny about the whole story of this game? It's about this Japanese guy that's going around the planet looking for the best fighters he can fight and beat to then become the best fighter in the world. Right. I wonder how far you'd get trying this in real life. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna go on a quest wandering the land looking for the most worthy looking opponents to challenge to a fight and become the greatest street fighter in the world. Hold my beer.
Let's fucking do this. Alright,
Alright.
you want to fight?
What?
You want to take part in a street fight?
Fuck off, what are you talking about, your age?
I'm going about challenging folk to a fight because I want to be the best street fighter of all time.
Get the fuck.
Come on, you'll be helping me out a lot.
Talking about your spastic.
That's it! Come on! Let's go, motherfucker! You bastard! No!
Well, that was good. I got stabbed fuck out by some jakey lager guts hanging about on underpaths. That's probably pretty much what would really happen if you did go about challenging randoms in the street to street fights to try and be a champion street fighter. Especially about here. But fuck it. This is Vega, the second of M. Bison's henchmen. Oh, fuck. I've just beat him. Oh well. Moving on. I got a fucking perfect, eh? Huh. Oh ho, Sagat. Ryu's main rival. He was the main boss in the first Street Fighter game that Ryu had to defeat, taking his title from him. The iconic scar he has on his chest was the result of Ryu kicking his arse. Now Sagat's motivation in this game is to get revenge and beat Ryu, and regain the title of hardest cunt on the planet. Yeah, he's a very hard bastard. If you didn't care what you're doing against him, he'll fucking pulverise you in seconds. Oofed. Take that, you big bald eye patch wearing Jolly Roger looking prick. And here he is, the big cheese, the final boss, M. Bison. Look how different he looks here compared to how he looks now. Here he looks like a proper Asian dictator, with they mad Asian eyes. He's got the eyes of an unemployed rapist. As you'd expect, he'd be the hardest cunt in the entire game, but I didn't find that's the case. I always seem to get the most shit from Vega, where he's constant jumping around like a spastic. But Bison is more tricky and calculating and direct. Whenever you're getting the better of him, he'll just pull out a fucking cheap shot and put you on your arse. I'm convinced the program of this game doesn't fight fair with Bison. It fucking cheats, I swear by it. Fucking see what I mean? Cunt fisted me. Aye, that's for the fisting you do in your own arse, you prick. Right, round 2. But see what I mean though? I mean, you can hear him balls to the walls. Got him down to 1 wee fucking mil energy left, and you've hit him and it'll just... he won't die, but then he'll pull out a fucking special move on you and then that'll be you fucked. It happens all the time. Oh fuck off, oh fuck you! Yeah, fuck you. Come on, come on, come on. You fucking bastard! Wank. Fuck this prick, I'm fighting him again because I want to beat him. I want to show he's the ending. I've come so close, I just need to beat him, that's it, just this last guy. I can normally beat him no problem first time. I'll definitely beat him this time. Right, round 2. Come on. Oh, fuck off. Come on. Come on. What the fuck? Oh, you cunt. What the hell? I never even got a fucking handy on that time. Right, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Oh, you cunt. Take that, you prick. Come on, oh, come on. Oh, the fucking... ah, yes, get out, yeah. Yeah, take that, you bastard. Aye, fuck you. Come on, come on. Take that. Come on, come on. Fucking... fuck. Cheap shotting bastard. Ah, you missed me. Ah! Oh, cheap fucking sleek it bastard. Fucking, oh, you fucking prick. You fucking Hadouken. Yep. come on, come on. Ah, boom. Oh, for fuck's sake. Fuck you. Fuck your mother, fuck your sister, fuck your grandmother. Ah. Come on, come on. Oh, you cheating prick. What the hell is going on? Yep, come on. There's actually no point in trying to beat him now. Let's see. Ah, come on. Ah, but he's gonna put off. I knew it. Couldn't just pulled out a cheap shot and fucking fucked me in the ass. Oh. Really? Oh. Come on, come on. Fuck you, yes! Eat a Hadouken, ya prick. Right, round 3. Come on, I've got to beat him this time. Oh, what the hell? Fucking... I'm trying to pull off a Shoryuken there, but he's done a fucking fireball. I would have caught the cunt too. Look at this. Look at my life. Oh, fuck off. What's the point? Come on, yes! Eat that, ya fucking wank. Boom, boom, yes! Get it up, yeah. Right, come on, come on. Surely the fuck I've got to beat him now. Oh, come on. Boom. Hadouken. Good, good. Come on, come on, come on. Ah, oh, fuck, come on. Ah! Boom. Hadouken, come on. Yes. Suck on my man titties, ya bitch. Come on. Right off the bus. Ah, oh, fuck off. What? I'm fucking... He's gonna pull it some piece of shit movement. Yes! Take that, ya bastard. Eat it. I done it. I done it. But anyway. This is Ryu's personal ending. As I said, every character gets their own unique ending that brings their story to an end in Street Fighter 2. As you can see, Ryu is just fucked off. I couldn't imagine them two just accepting second and third place without kicking up shit. I think the two of them would just gang up on Ryu and give him a severe kicking. I never like to look at Ryu's face here. He looks like pure But as you can see, Ryu is just walking off into the sunset, looking for his next scrap, looking to get into violent altercations with total strangers. But surely to fuck his feet must be some state. Couldn't you know how it feels to nip out into the back garden without anything on your feet just to take the wheelie bin and put it outside the back gate? Fuck that. But there you have it. That was Street Fighter 2 played through with Ryu. You can play it many times with each different character and see their own personal endings. So the replay value is defo there, and the gameplay still holds up today. Yeah, this game is just a fucking pure gem. The one that started it all. The pinnacle of fighting games. Aye, Capcom will always be legends thanks to Street Fighter 2. But as for this game goes, this wasn't the only Street Fighter 2 game. Capcom would bang out more updated versions of this game. You had Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition, Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, Super Street Fighter 2 The New Challengers, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Hyper Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Revival, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD Remix, and Ultra Street Fighter 2 The Final Challengers. Yeah, cunt, that's a lot of updated versions, Capcom. They sure knew how to milk it, and every single one was fucking awesome. But this original, the one that started it all, is the epic masterpiece. Bastard! And that brings us to the end of this episode of Retro Video Game Virus. Yep, Street Fighter 2 is still an awesome game and it still holds up to this day. If you want to play it, get that 30th anniversary collection that came out about 3 years ago. It's on there with 11 other great Street Fighter games and you can probably get it for about 15 to 20 quid, which is fucking amazing. But yeah, Street Fighter still lives on to this day. I mean, we've got Street Fighter 5 is the current one, and it's still mega popular with a hardcore fan base. Street Fighter 6 I've read is in the works, so I can't wait for that. But yeah, there's these wee miniature arcades that you can get by a company called 1UP, and there's a Street Fighter 1 and it's got Street Fighter 2 on it, Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Super Street Fighter 2 and Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. That's fucking all it. I'm going to get one definitely, but don't know where to put it. That's the real question. But yeah, if you like this episode, please like, subscribe and share and all that. And yeah, I think we'll just call it the day there. So, see yous. Come on, you bastard. Oh, fucking prick. Take that. Ah, fuck. Oh, fuck off. Wank.